Let's look inside. Let's see what we got. Oh, goodness. So welcome to War with Friends. That's what this is called.
Awesome.
And you're my friend, but we're going to have to war.
Oh, shoot.
And when you were a kid, did you play War with your grandma?
Yes.
Okay. Who taught you how to play?
Who taught me how to play War? Probably just my parents. We played War a lot.
Okay,
It's
so
just the one that you flip the card
Yep,
and
exactly.
whoever's the highest.
Exactly. As the game goes on, we find out how much harder it is to describe different things while playing a card game.
Oh my goodness.
But then it'll get crazier
no.
because I'm going to ask you questions about your life. There's one level of intensity that takes it to another level, Sadie.
What's
and
that?
that is normally, you just keep getting war, losing war, winning war, or losing war, winning war until the cards are gone. But there's one level of difficulty enhancer, which is called the lose your hand. And the lose your hand is if either of us loses at war 3 times throughout. So by the time you've lost a war altercation for the 3rd time, there will be the sound of a foghorn, which sounds like it's a baby foghorn. But if you hear the sound of the baby foghorn, then whoever has lost the 3rd time has to lose their hand. Do you agree?
Oh no, okay.
You get to pick which hand you lose.
Okay, that's good.
Completely up to you. Okay, so we'll start here. And,
oh man.
So in the book, I Declare War, the four keys to winning the war with yourself. A big idea of it in the book is overcoming the version of yourself that you don't want to be. So let me ask you this question as we play for the first time. Who is the version of Sadie that you don't want to be?
The version of, am I supposed to put my card on while I answer
Oh, you can just
this?
throw it down, yeah.
Oh,
We'll just keep
gosh.
playing.
Okay.
So I won that one. So I'm going to take
okay.
these. So who's the version
The
of Sadie
version
you
of
don't
me
want to be?
I don't want to be. Oh, my mom used to call me Sensitive Sally.
Okay.
That girl is gone.
Tell me all about.
I don't want to be Sensitive
But tell me
Sally.
about Sensitive Sally. I don't want to meet her, but just tell me about.
You don't want to be Sensitive Sally. Sensitive Sally is this girl who is so sensitive that anytime people joke with her, even she cries a lot because she's so sensitive, and she gets her feelings hurt when people pick on her, even if it's a joke. Sensitive Sally's not a cool
what age
person.
was this?
Sensitive Sally really showed up. Probably 6th grade.
6th grade.
Middle school, prime time.
Oh, for sure.
And I was so sensitive, my mom would just call me Sensitive Sally for a year until I stopped being sensitive. But,
There's our first war. Are you ready? We got to say it out loud. Ready?
Okay.
I
declare
war.
war.
Oh, that would be me. I like the confusion of the syllables. Now, shifting gears a little bit, when you find yourself in one of those funks and you have become Sensitive Sally, is there something that helps you snap out of it, or is it more like this day's done, got to wake up tomorrow? Oh,
for sure. But this is kind of a deeper thought. But okay, so it's the spirit of offense is a real thing.
Sure.
I always take it to I will not put on the spirit of offense because normally I'm sensitive because I've been offended by what somebody said. Jack.
I tried to really slip that one through there.
I've been sensitive what somebody said, and I'm just offended.
Okay.
And it's I should not be offended by that.
So carrying that offense around.
So carrying that offense.
And what has helped you in laying that aside and walking in victory there?
Truthfully, I'll have to say what it was, and then I just am no, that's not who I am.
What age were you when Duck Dynasty first came on the air?
8th grade. But even before then, we had a show on the Outdoor Channel.
Buck Commander and Duck Commander.
Commander.
And then that became the company. 2017, it ended. It was a sad day because that meant less Uncle Si.
Did you see that sign said 35?
What about it?
You're going 55.
No, that's just a suggestion.
In our home.
I know.
But not less Uncle Si in your life. What's he up to these days? You got to let us know. What is he doing?
Uncle Si, he picked up a music career.
Stop.
Nope, not a joke. And he's been singing at bars and stuff.
Stop.
A Tupperware cup full of ice and iced tea.
He's the worst singer ever. And
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it's just the matter of
Does
fact.
he take the iced cup of tea on stage?
Everywhere.
That blue cup.
I've personally never seen him, even before Duck Dynasty, without it.
Now, are there 100 of those cups?
And it's kind of
I
gross.
see him
I feel
at
like there's
home.
only 4.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've only
picture
seen the
him
same
with
color.
1,000 of those, and every day it's a brand new. He never drinks out of it twice.
I'm hoping that there's 4.
Do they get washed?
I'm hoping. He lives in a trailer with 4 cups and his wife. Okay, that's what.
Okay, so but the question in there was this: some of the challenges and complexities. You just mentioned middle school.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're in middle school. You're going through what is the most challenging time of
Right.
life for people.
Right.
But you're on national television.
Yeah.
Life gets crazy. What were some of the difficulties faced therein?
For me, it wasn't as challenging until Dance with the Stars because even when Duck Dynasty started, of course, it was blowing up. Oh, shoot.
Are you ready for it?
Yep, I'm ready.
I
declare
declare
war.
That one goes to you.
I did not need to lose a hand.
No, you did not.
Okay.
Well, no, you're nowhere near it.
Yeah,
You've only
but
lost one.
one.
And I've won, so it's 1-1. We're
Okay,
good.
Back to tied. So I was thinking that, people think that it must have been crazy, everything changed, but it really didn't because my whole family was on the show and we weren't traveling. So
Right.
Duck Dynasty was like worldwide crazy, but West Monroe, Louisiana, it was pretty chill.
We have another game. Okay, so
Okay, go
this segment is called This or That.
Okay.
And so you're gonna look at this and you're gonna pick between the two.
Take your French fries.
Okay. Wait, question on that. Follow-up question.
Okay,
This is a
follow
spin-off.
up. This is a good question.
What do you dip your French
Ranch.
fries in? Ranch.
Yeah.
That's an
life-changing.
advanced move.
Yeah, it's really great, but it's not good for you, but it's fine.
Sure.
Okay, sweatpants. All
Okay.
day, every day. Okay. What is it?
LaCroix or Perrier? Now, maybe they
I read
haven't hit
that
West Monroe, Louisiana yet.
I was
This is water with
peppier.
bubbles in
I was
it.
like, what's that? LaCroix.
Okay, very good.
Podcast. Book. Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
But that's a Southern girl
It's a
speaking.
Southern. We don't even have In-N-Out.
Now, Shake Shack or In-N-Out?
Oh, gosh.
That's a tough one, right?
In-N-Out. Just because the whole concept. Skiing. Gum. Sorry.
You just offended
All
everyone
this-
in Los Angeles.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to happen because I knew it was a popular answer, but it was true.
Hey, you're in Montana. I think you
Yeah,
do
it's
you.
true.
All right, here we go. Last one.
Cake.
Okay, see, I'm pie.
Really?
Hot peach pie all day.
Okay, yeah, it depends on the pie. That's true.
Now, does your grandmother make incredible sweets?
If it was her, I'd say pie. But like worldwide, if I'm going somewhere, I would trust a cake over a pie.
Cake's a little bougie. Yeah.
Bougie.
Yeah, okay.
Bougie is the word of
Last
the year.
one. We're doing one more.
Oh, cardio.
All right.
I don't know what I do with weights.
Here we go. I declare.
War.
Very good.
Oh no, I'm too.
Shifting gears a bit.
Yeah.
Experienced a lot of what I talk about in I Declare War, and that's terror by night.
Yeah.
That's what the Bible calls it anyhow.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you hear those 3 words, terror by night, what comes to mind?
Definitely the nighttime is the hardest. Was the hardest for me, especially in fear, and even now I think because you're not like, you can't. Like, I don't know, when it's daytime, you can kind of defend your fear. Like, you kind of feel it coming on. You're like, no, not today. Whenever, like, it's nighttime, you wake up in a panic.
It's different.
I hate that, yeah. For me, fear was based out of control a lot of times. And so, if I was asleep, then I had no control over what was going to happen. So, terror by night, that was just... I actually read this book called Winning the Battle of the Night. So good. And it talks about how people say that like the enemy is like the prince of darkness, and how if you believe that, that's where you're going to be afraid of the night.
Wow.
But God actually created day and night. So if God is the creator of night, then he has dominion over night.
Morning routines, things you do before. Oh, here, this is on now. This is 2.
I cannot lose this. Let me just take notice of my hands. Okay.
This is going really well.
I'm glad you think so.
declare
war.
Very good. Oh, that's 2 and 2.
2 and 2, wow.
It's a big deal.
I'm getting real nervous.
When I talk about game before the game, I'm talking about what maybe some people would call, devotions or getting ready for the day. But when you think about all your performances on Dancing with the Stars, what helps you get into the space where you could perform?
I wrote this verse January 16th, 2012. So ever since 2012, I will say Hebrews 10:35. And every time I say it, it just like brings me to earth, because the beautiful thing about that verse is it has nothing to do with being confident in who you are or your ability. But it's like everything to do with the confident trust you have in him. And I do believe that every place I walk into, it's because he brought me there. So, oh shoot.
Okay, we're gonna pause this.
One of us is about to lose our hand.
It's over now. This is it.
This is it.
We're gonna just bring the anticipation to a fever pitch by letting you finish this first.
Oh gosh, okay, I need to quote my
To
verse
Hebrews
right now.
10:35.
Yes, and so no, it just brings me back to like a reminder that okay, I'm here. Obviously, God has me here, and so I can be confident and the trust in that. And I think that gives you room to mess up for like your own ability. You know, it's like, okay, it really doesn't matter what happens right now. Like, I'm just gonna be patient and knowing that like eventually God's will is good, perfect, and pleasing for my life.
I think there's a lot of people on the other side of that screen who would say, yeah, if you ever put me in front of 20 million people having to do choreography in spandex, you know, and I'm going to say a verse too.
Yeah.
But you didn't wait until you were on that stage to make that your rally cry. Now, one last thing, and then we'll finish this all up.
Okay.
You know, I think everyone saw you make that jump from TV to dancing, and it seemed like, oh, it's no big deal. But that was a scary thing for you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have a background in dancing.
No. That's why I love Instagram and YouTube and stuff, because you're right, like people see like Dance with Stars, they see Duck Dynasty, they see like you on stage, but they don't get to like see the other stuff, and unless we share it, people aren't gonna understand like, no, that doesn't just happen. Like you don't just get out there and it's like, oh, everything's awesome. It's like there's a level of things that we overcome to get there, a level of things that we work on. That night, they called me and they were like, hey, we're so sorry. We know we're so late, but you're the last person we want to ask, will you be on the show? But you have to move out to LA tomorrow. So like, if I would have
Instead,
said
New York and
yes,
Los
I
Angeles
would have
and a
like
whole new
not
life.
gone to school this
Oh
year.
my
So it
gosh.
was like a lot of like,
Life changed.
oh wow. So my life literally changed overnight.
Tell us a little story about what your little sister said to you. She
Okay,
asked
so
you a
my
pretty
little
good
sister,
question.
oh, it was brutal and it was so strong. It changed my life. She looked at me and she's like, Sadie, can I ask you something? And we were in the drive-thru line and she's 11, so it wasn't like I thought this was about to be this deep thought. And I was like, yeah. She's like, is this the fear talking or is this Sadie talking?
Come on.
And I'm like, the thing with fear, and I think it's important for everybody to do, is ask yourself that question, because until you admit that you're afraid, you're not gonna like deal with fear. Even though I had like lived in anxiety and fear for 3 years, I think because I always called it anxiety, or I always just said I was nervous,
Right.
like I didn't really translate, oh, that's fear. And when you call it fear, then you see all the references in the Bible. But before you see it and call it that, it's kind of like you just miss it somehow.
Sure.
And I just kind of missed it. So when she said that, I realized like if I would actually say no to Dancing with the Stars because of my reasoning being fear, I would be going against everything that God says I am.
Wow.
You know? And so just the way she said it was so just like gut punching.
It's all down to this. This is for all the marbles.
Oh gosh.
Or for all the
okay.
hands.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you decide which hand you're going to lose.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna lose my left.
Okay,
If
here we
that
go.
happens,
That's
but
biblical.
That's not gonna
The right
happen.
hand is power and
That's
authority.
true.
All right, here we go. I declare.
4. Oh, 4?
Oh.
For real?
That is the third and last time.
No.
And that means it's time for you to lose your hand. Now, hey, here's the thing.
That's bad.
I'm going to lose my hand too.
Wow.
Guess we'll bring in our prop. This is our last final go around. We got to clear the table here.
Was so
I'm going to do it
kind.
with you.
Okay.
They're going to bring in a prop, and neither of us are going to know what's inside it.
I'm
The box has
so
2 holes in
scared.
it, and we're both going to put our hand in, and we have to try and guess what's in this box. It could be anything. Don't look inside.
God.
Look right here.
This
Now,
is-
everyone at home on YouTube can see what's inside.
They can
but
see?
Because the front's plexiglass, but you and I can't.
So scared.
So on 3, we're going to put our hands
Live
in.
fearless? Okay.
Yeah, live fearless. High
Okay.
five. Ready?
Okay. If
1.
if this is a frog, I'm gonna die.
2.
It cannot be a frog.
3.
I'm really scared. I'm really scared. I'm really scared. Are you touching anything?
Oh, it's wet. Something's wet. Something's very wet.
Do you feel it? Oh, what is that?
Oh, something's very slimy.
What is that? What is this? Oh, what is that? Is that your hand?
It's very slimy.
Wait. Oh shoot.
We have to. Goldfish?
What are we supposed to grab it? What is?
Just-
Ah! What is that? Oh, is it a frog? Is it a frog?
Okay, make your guess. Are you guessing frog?
Is it a
I'm
frog?
guessing goldfish.
A goldfish? I think it's a
Very
frog.
slimy.
Wait, no, where is it? I don't feel it.
Let's look inside. Let's see what we got. Oh, goodness. Those are leeches.
Oh that's a leech? Why is it just such a leech? That's worse than a frog.
That's a lot worse than a frog.
I've never seen that in my life. Oh my god.
You didn't get one on you, did you?
Oh no, that is the grossest thing I've ever seen. Oh, look at it. Oh, it just looks like an inchworm, but it's not.
Yeah, that's probably. I didn't know they did that.
Oh, I've never seen something
That's
like
why I
this.
thought it was a goldfish.
Oh, not a
Sadie,
goldfish.
you've been a trooper. We've fought. We've had a journey.